Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is quite scary. I'm glad I can't see you fellas. My name is Yvonne Weldon. I am a Wiradjuri woman from Cowra here in New South Wales. I'm from the waters of the Clare, also known as the Lachlan, and of the Murrumbidgee Rivers. I am the elected chairperson of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, who are the culture authority under the Aboriginal Land Rights Act for the land that we're on. I'd like to pay my respects to all elders past and present, to all First Nations and to everyone that's here this evening. The boundaries of the traditional owners are not defined by the hand or by the pen, but through the natural landscapes of the earth. The Eora Nation's country covers the Hawkesbury River in the north, the Nepean in the west, and the Georges River in the south. My people have practiced our traditions for thousands of years and endless generations. One tradition that's shared in various forms across Australia is a welcomed country. It is more than just words, it is a spiritual process. By honouring the ancestors' footsteps we are all walking in, continuing the practice of the many generations before us to the many generations to come. My people have been a part of this land for more than 60,000 years. We are the oldest living culture of the world. And on behalf of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, the elders and the members, I welcome everyone to the land of the Cammeraygal. I acknowledge the Cammeraygal people, whose spirits and ancestors will always remain with these lands, our Mother Earth. The First Nations of this land are the most resilient, unique and sustainable people on the planet. And there are many Aboriginal warriors that have crossed this land before all of us, creating pathways before there were any. And to give respect and honour, could you all please pause for a moment to remember the many sacrifices that have been made along the way, the ones we will continue to make, and the ones that should never happen. Traditionally, Aboriginal people shared our stories through engravings, dance, song and spoken word, originally for our families and our clans. Now it's done in many different mediums of film, TV, plays and so much more. As we've moved through the changes from our world to yours to become ours together, it is important to keep the stories alive, not because they should be heard, but because they need to be. Our stories aren't myths. They are this land's history that has been passed on from one generation to the next. There have been many lessons learned at our expense and our devastation. They should and must be acknowledged, not out of a guilt, but to listen and learn and to come together, to commence a healing and creating a future for all. So as you connect, learn and share, tonight, tomorrow and beyond, don't lose sight of the important work that still needs to be done to bring my people, your people and all our people together. In these times of this pandemic, don't let the social distance make us socially absent. We must maintain physical distancing, but not creating barriers to our social connections, whether that is through your creativity or your support of the ensemble or your networks, creating an inclusion, an acceptance and a resilience. As we ponder over recent times, think about the difference that you are making today that will become the milestones of the future, all our futures. Keeping the stories alive with culture immersed through creative art and mediums. So let us all draw upon my people's spirits as we continue on our journey. May my people's spirits walk with you and guide you as we strive forward for us all. Again, on behalf of the Metropolitan Local Aboriginal Land Council, welcome to Cammeraygal land. This always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be on Cammeraygal land tonight. Thank you. Hello and welcome. That was a long interval, wasn't it? So nice to see you all here talking about theatre again. It was, and welcome to those watching at home. Thank you for coming along this evening. 2021, yes, we're here. Before we begin, can I just thank all those people that have been on the front line, the hospitals, the doctors, the nurses, the medical staff, the people who have driven cars, taxis, the cleaners, the people who've continued to keep us safe. There's still work to be done, but I think there should be a big round of applause for everybody for getting us here tonight. I'd just like to welcome our major sponsors, the Bell Naves Foundation. Neil, Diane and Hamish, thank you. Welcome. Thank you for being here, and thank you for your support of the theatre and for your support of me personally. It means a lot. Thank you. Welcome also to Gail Giles Gidney, Mayor of Willoughby City Council. Lovely to see Sandra Bates there. Sandra Bates, a huge part of this theatre. Thank you, Sandra, for coming tonight. I'd like to welcome the Chair of the Limited Board, Graham Bradley, and our Foundation Board Chair, Paul Clitheroe, and all our board members. Again, thank you for your support and being here. Well, we have a 2021 season for you. Before the universe had other plans, we had great plays for you to see. We wanted to tell those stories in front of an audience. That didn't happen. The reason some of those plays are coming back is because we believe in the plays, we believe in those writers and those artists and creatives and directors and actors, so we're bringing them back. It's a sort of photocopy, 2020 becoming 2021, as Craig is doing there with a bit of graffiti, which is environmentally friendly, by the way. He wanted me to let you all know. Before I talk any further or thank anybody else, let's see the little film for 2021, and I'll see you in a minute.
Hi, my name's Ben Wood and I am playing Kenny. Obviously Kenny's kind of quintessential Australian hard worker. He's lovable, he's got a heart of gold. The main thing that will come across is his warmth, his comedy. It's going to be a great night out. It's going to be funny, it's going to be heartwarming, there's going to be laughter, hopefully tears if I do my job right. I think we're really lucky that it's going to be the first show up. It's going to be part of the Sydney Festival. It's a world premiere. It's an iconic Australian character. We've got great people working on it. Having someone like Stevie Rogers, who's one of our great playwrights, to adapt it for the stage is, we're very lucky. And kind of coming out of whatever we're going through at the moment, I think it's the perfect kind of situation to go to the theatre and let everything go. 3 words to describe the play. An Aussie ripper. Real good shit.
With nothing to do, summer, loving, give me something.
My name's Rachel Gordon and I'm playing Olivia.
Hello, my name's Yarlin Ozacelli. I'm playing Matt in Outdated by Mark Kilmurray.
Olivia is quite disillusioned, like she's really trying to re-enter the dating scene. She feels very uncomfortable in that environment.
Matt is 40-something and has decided to download this dating app on his phone and give it a go. I love it. I think it's really funny. I sort of snigger all the way through it. Dealing with that inner critic chattering away in the background, which the audience can hear. So it's quite fun.
Yeah, I think we can all relate to that idea of being quite lonely and really longing for connection. Everything goes wrong in these dates, but they keep trying.
In 3 words, I would describe the play as silly, poignant and heartfelt.
Heartwarming, hilarious and relatable.
Hello, my name's Lucy Bell and I am going to be performing in Honour by Joanna Murray Smith.
Hi, I'm Poppy Lynch and I'm playing Sophie in Honour.
I play Honor, who has been a very successful writer and has put her career on the back burner to focus on her daughter and her husband and his career. And when the marriage sort of enters shaky ground, she has to sort of reconsider her life, the choices she's made, the sacrifices she's made.
She was brought up in a pretty upper middle class family and had a pretty great upbringing, and for that to kind of be destroyed really hurts her. You know, sadness to anger to fear to happiness to laughing.
Yeah, I think that the fact that he meets someone new absolutely is a thunderbolt.
3 words, I'd say thrilling, intriguing, emotional. Yeah.
Complex, twisty, and very human.
My name is Garth Holcomb. I will be in The Woman in Black, and my character is that of the actor.
My name's Jamie Oxenbould, and I'm playing Arthur Kipps in The Woman in Black.
So The Woman in Black is about a character called Arthur Kipps who experiences something horrific.
And he hires an actor and a theatre space because he believes that by telling the story of his life, he can rid himself of the curse.
Very often I think we put ourselves in dangerous situations because we need that thrill in our lives, we need that fear. 3 words to describe the play: fun, dangerous, and poetic. It's fundamentally a really fun and scary spooky ghost story.
Come and have a stiff drink and prepare to be thrilled. Prepare to have the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. Because who doesn't love being told a scary story in the dark?
Hi, I'm Kate Roson and I will be playing Robin in Killing Katie, Confessions of a Book Club.
Hi, I'm Chantel Jamison. I'm in the play Killing Katie and I will be playing Katie.
My character, Robin, I think basically I would have to say rules the roost. There are some really interesting moments, and one of those interesting moments is when there is a new introduction to that book club, and that is Katie.
So Katie she's unabashed. She is proudly herself. She's brutally honest. She says what she means. Tracy Trinder, the writer, created these incredible characters and this extremely funny, dark tale.
We've got a fabulous cast, a full female cast, which is great, a female director and a female writer. Very exciting.
Audiences are going to have a good laugh with these women, enjoy the tiny barbs that they have, but they'll also enjoy the warmth that these women share.
Killing Katie, Confessions of a Book Club, is a dark comedy with a great deal of heart and a little bit of mystery.
Hello, I'm Chris Taylor. I'm going to be performing in a play called Art by Yasmina Reza at the Ensemble Theatre. I'll be playing the character of Serge. He's a bit of an art snob and he's just bought an incredibly expensive artwork which is nothing but a huge canvas of white.
Mark is a loudmouth cynic. What are you saying about me? I love the question of what makes art worthwhile and that kind of thing. And I also love it because Chris will be playing the character of Serge, and I get to mock him a lot, and that'll be fun as well.
It's a great play about that thing that happens when you walk into a modern art gallery and you see a cake of soap or a haystack, and you think, is that good art? Really? I mean, we're all guilty of thinking that, aren't we?
We begin the play very much as friends, so it's much closer to the real life model.
Is it good art? Or is it just a weird painting? You will be absolutely rolling in the aisles at the ensemble, although that is quite risky because the aisles of the ensemble are quite steep, so you may end up on the stage with the rest of us.
Look, at the end of the night, everyone will be asking the question, what is art? And they'll also be asking the question, what is acting?
My name is Rowan Davey, and I'll be playing Edmund Halley.
My name is Sean O'Shea, and I am playing Charles II in David Williamson's play Nearer the Gods.
Nearer the Gods is the story of how arguably the greatest scientific discovery ever almost didn't happen. The play itself is blackly funny. It is acerbic in its wit. The arguments are like dodgem cards. You know, it's intellectual dodgem cards.
Even though it's a story that is set around the 17th century, it's not going to be presented like that. He writes in a very modern vernacular, will be wearing modern dress. It's very funny. The characters of Isaac Newton and Charles II are historical figures who are truly fascinating people.
Petty politics, inflated egos, fierce rivalries almost jeopardize one of the greatest scientific discoveries in the history of humankind.
Thank you. It's very exciting. It's great to see that put together. I'd just like to thank Paul, Tim and Joe at Alphabet for this wonderful brochure that you'll see when you leave. Thank you again. They've been fantastic over all these years. Thank you for doing this. Christian Trinder for the photographs in this brochure too. He's just a wonderful photographer. And hello, Tracy at home watching. Peggy Carter and team. Peggy, she's there. Thank you for the look for that as well. Mitch Loveday and Blake Lisk from the Frame Collective for that gorgeous film, that brilliant editing, and Rachel McAllister, our marketing manager, for leading a fabulous marketing team. It wouldn't be possible without these people's support. So special thanks to Trent Zimmerman, a federal member for North Sydney, the Arts Minister Don Harwin, and all at Create New South Wales for their support, particularly this year, and Felicity Wilson, State Member for North Shore. I'd like to thank the Mayor of North Sydney, Councillor Julie Gibson, also our Associate Partner, the Nielsen Foundation, supporting partners Kenneth Hire and Southern Steel, our strategic partners David Campbell of Audio Visual Events, providing this technical equipment, Hungerford Hill, sampling their wines on the way in and sampling the wines now, AKCS, Kay and Hughes, the Clitheroe Foundation, the Smith family, and thanks to Food Bank and Tip Top. I'd just like to welcome our chair, Graham Bradley, our chair of our limited board, just to say a few words before we continue. Graham.
Thank you, Mark. It looks like a fantastic and exciting series and season ahead. Look, I have a couple of words to say. I'm going to take a few words to say them, and they're really about thanks. Thanks to our supporters, those of our patrons, and I just want to share with you something that has been so heartwarming for our team here at the Ensemble over the course of this year. Firstly, as we've had to cancel show after show and contacted our subscribers and our supporters, 40% of people or thereabouts have said, keep the money as a donation. Really wonderful. And another 30 or so percent have said, hey, we'll take it as a credit against next year because we know you'll be back and you'll be back stronger and better than ever. And that has just been fantastic. That has meant so much to our team that have worked tirelessly to keep this theatre together during this time. And I want you also to know that our team, our back office people, the people that make the show, the people that stand behind the shows that we see, have all had to make a sacrifice during this year, including up to a 30% cut in their pay. Many have been stood down. And so I want to say a thank you to all of the team who've kept their faith in where the Ensemble can be in the future. So thank you very much. Many supporters have stepped up in this difficult year. Too many to name right now, but many of our large supporters have come forward with donations which have helped us hold the theatre together. And a special thank you, already mentioned, to the Balnaves Foundation. They've been such a stalwart support over a number of years now. So thank you once again to the Balnaves. And it would be remiss of me not to, I think, on this occasion, acknowledge the terrific support that we have gotten from government. Firstly, from the Commonwealth Government. The JobKeeper arrangements have helped a lot of our people to survive the stress and anxiety of the last 6 or 9 months. So thank you very much to the federal government. And also our state government has stepped forward on this occasion. Mark has already mentioned a number of our local members and so on, but a special thank yous has to go to the New South Wales government that put a special fund together, and we have been a significant recipient of support, not only to keep the show on the road as best we can this year, but also to help us launch the season that you're about to enjoy in 2021. So in particular, a thanks to Don Harwood, the Minister for the Arts, who's supported us. As the government knows, we do not rely and we do not receive regular support from state or federal government. So this is an unusual year for us. They know we're so dependent upon our subscribers and our supporters, our box office to keep us going, and they recognise the importance of keeping us going. And for that reason, we've been awarded grants that we would never have sought or even aspired to have in other years. So thank you very much to Don Harwood and the state government as well. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Graham, and thank you, and Charlene too, for your support over the years. It's been very lovely to have you on board. If you're ever going to go into a pandemic, and I wouldn't recommend it, I couldn't thank a better bunch of people to go through it with. The Ensemble Theatre team has just been wonderful. Their dedication, optimism, care and love. And I just want to personally thank the team at the Ensemble from me, because it's just been a pleasure, if that's the right word, going through this terrible thing with you. So thank you all very much. As Hamlet said, there's nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. Everybody here was so positive and so on board from the day our doors closed with the David Williamson play back in March. No one batted an eyelid. Everyone got down and did what they had to do and have continued to do so. So a big thank you to the team from me. Thank you. I'd just like to take a moment. Margot Weston has been on our part of our team for the last few years, and she's leaving for new pastures and challenges, but she's remaining on the board, so hooray for that. Margot did so many things. She liaised with supporters and sponsors and managed relationships with us and the outside world. She's brought in too many people to mention, some of which are the Smith family, Tip Top Food Bank, which is very dear to my heart, Hungerford Hill, Ben and Damn Good. We've benefited, Margot, from your commitment, your skills, and we've grown under your careful eye. So I just want to say a big thank you to Margot. Margot, please come down and get some, wherever she is. I don't wait for you. what a year to have an elbow shake. There we are. Thank you, Margot. I'd just like to thank our groovy ambassadors this evening, Georgie Parker, Katie Raison, Brian, Megan. Thank you for being our COVID ambassadors over there. Thank you. And Todd at home. Todd, hello. Ben Olcott and the team at Damn Good are our partners in all things digital, and they're filming live this evening. And Ben and James at Damn Good have done a wonderful job being our digital partners, and we've been doing our ensemble conversations with them. So thank you hugely, and thank you again for this evening. I don't know if I'm looking into the camera. Yes, thank you, guys. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. And thank you for those at home watching live now, and for watching the ensemble conversations. Your feedback's been fantastic. I'd just like to also thank our fabulous production team led by Simon Greer and Romy McKenna, and for all their hard work getting the theatre looking as it did tonight. It looks absolutely fantastic. Thank you to them. Claire Nesbitt-Hawes is our artistic producer, who, among other things, had the unenviable job of juggling 2 years artists into 1 year of a calendar. So thank you, Claire, for making sure that all worked. Among lots of other things that she does, she managed to make a miracle happen. Thanks to Holly McNeish and our ticketing team and box office team. They've been doing some amazing work getting tickets out to people. And because people have donated, they've also taken a credit, and they've also said, we'll come back, we'll get a refund, but we'll come back. So they've been doing lots and lots of juggling. So thank you to them. It's a great subs team, and they're doing a wonderful job and continue to do so. I'd like to thank Jim Birch and Front of House, of course, for their beautiful hard work. Hannah Megan. Just personally, I'd particularly like to thank our Executive Director, Loretta Busby, and our Chief Financial Officer, David Wright, for their care and attention. They have been absolutely brilliant over these last few months. I felt like we were sort of surf riding over this dark wave, and if it hadn't been for them, it wouldn't have been half as possible without you both. So both, thank you so much. Thank you. And to all the actors, writers and directors and creatives that are coming back with us next year, thank you for juggling lots of theatres all asking for people at the same time, it seemed to be at one point. Thanks for coming on board and giving you all. It's been a trying year for the profession, and it's great to have you back in the season. Thank you. Theatre is a healer, so it's a shock when obviously it's not there for us. And it's so great and important to be back doing what we do. And so thanks to the subscribers and the people who come to this theatre over the years, it really shows you that the theatre belongs to the community. We work here, but it belongs to you. All those donations, as Graham said, it's eye-watering and wonderful to have those credits, the donations, the people saying, we will return. As soon as the theatre closed, a woman came by in her car and she stopped me and wound the window down and said, keep all my tickets, don't worry, I'll be back. You're doing a great job, and off she zoomed. But it was fantastic, and just at the right time too, when we were going through, you know, who knew what was going to happen. So we really are thankful to all those supporters and those messages of goodwill, because without you, we're not here. So thank you for coming tonight, and for those online, and for all the people that have supported us over these months. It means such a lot to us. Thank you. It's a year of thank yous. Personally, I'd just like to thank my wife, Jackie, and my son, Oscar, and my father-in-law, Bob, sitting there with their masks on. Very good. Well done. Thank you. Thank you for your support and keeping me sane. And I personally would like to dedicate my work this next year to Sue Tuffle. She would have been thrilled with the season as she ever was, and so all my work goes to Sue. That's the season 2021. Thank you for coming.